I am photographing bicycle parts at ton for selling purposes, and I've been wanting a photo studio inside my workshop for a while. I will be honest, I have no money for buying a fancy gear, so I wanna make it from A to Z by myself with an extremely low budget. So let's get started. As the basis for the table, I will use this old bookshelf. And I want to make a countertop from old pallets boards. By the way, I don't have a clear plan of how it's gonna look like, so yeah, it will be a pure improvisation. The first fitting. It seems that the width of the tabletop is insufficient, and it's better to add an extra board to enlarge the table surface. Great, this is exactly what I need. Now it's time to make a paper backdrop. The walls in my workshop are lined with a styrofoam, so for fastening I am using these metal braces. Unfortunately, the paper is not thick enough and the stains on the wall are still visible through it. I would rather add an extra layer of a paper. And just in case, I would like to add the third one. Let's switch to the countertop. I will cover it with paper in 2 layers. I don't have a stapler, so I will attach the paper by screws and boards. Finally, the table surface is ready. Now I have to make the racks for lighting. In the barn, among the pile of junk, I found tubes from the frame of the old tent. This is just what I need. Now I have to choose the right pipes for my project. I guess these 5 long pipes will be enough. So now I'm going to build a rack for the ceiling light. The main rack is almost ready. It remains only to make the additional mobile racks for the side lighting. I still had to pick up a few more pipes and cut them into pieces. I did it in order to make the small struts out of them. I squeezed them in a vise at both ends and drilled the holes for mounting. I also drilled the holes in the wooden base for installing the pipe. I am not a carpenter and I don't have special drill bits. So I am making a white hole using the tools I have. That part of the video when I installed the struts for unknown reason was lost. Yeah, shit happens. As you can see, I used bottle caps as spacers because I didn't have short screws. Then I attached the pipe to the base of the rack. I connect the struts through a cardboard spacer using a plastic tie. So the side racks are ready. It's only left to add struts to the main rack. Now it's time to make lighting. I need to make 3 light bulb mounts. I'll tell you later why I'm making a 2-board wooden sandwiches. Now I am assembling electric pot from used power plugs and brand new cables. As a result, now I have 3 extension cords of different length. Now I start the lighting installation. During the process, one wooden sandwich was broken, so I was made another one. I put a rubber gasket to prevent a short circuit. I remind you that I make it on a budget. So it will be not a professional lighting kit by any means, but this will be enough to get the job done. I've got a pair of 20 watts bulbs for the side racks and one 40 watts bulb for the ceiling light. Looks like everything works out. To diffuse the light, I have to make 3 softboxes. To be honest, it's the most boring process for me in this project. Sad to say, but the cardboard that I have is not very dense. So I had to reinforce it at the edges with an extra layers. I ended up with a dome like this. From an ordinary kitchen foil, I will make a reflector inside this dome. I don't have a glue, so I use a duct tape instead. It remains only to make a hole for the light bulb. A wooden sandwich was intended for a softbox installation. In order to make a diffuser, I will use a kitchen parchment paper, but it's pretty narrow. I am using a tape to make a large canvas. The ceiling softbox is ready. Exactly the same installation actions will be applied for the side softboxes. So here is the photo studio I've made, and it's ready to work with. I like it so much and I think it's a damn good result, especially for its tiny budget. And yeah, here are some example shots taken in this studio. They are crispy and clean. I think these images speak for themselves. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.